let's see what we got here. You guys got any specific questions? Well, the VA rates are really good right now. Like nationally, it's like 5.34, which is really good for VAs right now. Just jumped on here to see if we had any VA specific questions, help out some military people, or just questions in general. So yeah, I just want to jump on here for a few and just kind of talk about mortgage interest rates and how those things are kind of trending. Oh, what's my best way to, who's a veteran, he's got interest rate in the twos, 5%. That's still good. Oh yeah, that's gonna be Stacy, that's gonna be an uphill battle, right? A lot of people are holding on to their twos and threes interest rates right now because they're so good, and to convince people to go from a 2 to a 5, which is still really good, it's gonna be hard. So most people don't have the context behind where it used to be. Go back to 1990, where interest rates were still, or in the 80s, 90s, the interest rates were normal at 13, 14%. So good luck trying to explain to somebody, even your son, who they don't have that context. It was normal to be double digits on interest rates. So 5% right now is still good. Actually anything in the single digits is still good, except, a lot of people they haven't been conditioned to that. So that's why it's hard. So for your son, if he has to move, now is still a good time before, the mad dash comes out here. That's what I've been posting lately. The issue is going to be here in a couple months. Once the interest rates drops again, I put this on a post earlier, when a point drops off the market. So let's say the national interest rate drops 1 point, you're going to have to compete with 1 million more shoppers. That's what happens when every time they lower the interest rates. So it's gonna be kind of hard because you got to compete a lot more. It's gonna be hard for him to kind of accept that and run the numbers. My biggest thing is run the numbers and see what's the biggest difference. Because and all the lenders are saying this is date the rate, marry the mortgage, or something like that. It's pretty smart to look at it that way. Date the rate, marry the house. There you go. Yeah, I couldn't remember thanks for that. I couldn't remember the saying they have for that, but it's actually really smart. You could always refinance later. The biggest thing is if you can get the house without having to compete with so many buyers, then at least you got the house. And then once the interest rates drop again, you can refinance it, which makes so much sense. Whereas a lot of what happens when you get 1 million more buyers in the market, then you're going to wind up competing with so many people, and your negotiation power goes down. That's kind of what's going to happen. So a lot of people don't understand that, but that's fine. I'll do my job here and try to help educate. Yeah, the VA loan can definitely be used more than once. There's a set limit by county on how much that is. From Florida, thanks for joining. Yeah, it's set by county, so you can use it concurrently, believe it or not. So let's say you have a total of $750 you can use, and you use, or $700 and use half of that, then you can use the other half to buy the other house. There's other stipulations on that, so it gets kind of muddy, but for the most part you can. There's stipulations on it, but you can do it. All right, guys, I think I'm gonna kill it. Just because I don't seem to have a lot of questions here, but I'll jump back on and maybe give you guys some more info a little later on. All right, you guys take care. Thanks for joining.